This is the story of Douglas Bader, the legless pilot who took on the Nazis, leading squadrons to turn the tide of the Battle of Britain and prove that grit, guts and an unshakable spirit can outfly any limitation. Before he became a wartime legend, Douglas Bader was just an ambitious young man with one obsession: flying. In 1928, he joined the Royal Air Force and learned to fly. He was so adept at flying, he was assigned to the Royal Air Force's elite aerobatic display team. He was infamous for breaking rules and taking risks. He left very little room for error, and in 1931...
Take it easy, Douglas. They won't be long.
Oh, this is damn silly. Let me get up.
No, hold on, old boy. Lie still.
John, I can't feel my legs.
The crash was devastating and the consequences were life-changing. Bader lost both his legs, one above the knee, the other below. His right leg was almost severed on impact. But Douglas Bader wasn't the kind of man to just give up. The recovery was difficult, but Bader was tenacious.
Pull me again, for God's sake.
Now let's go.
Push harder on my right side. Again?
Even refusing to use a stick so that he never became reliant on it.
You know what you can do with your damn sticks now.
However, the Royal Air Force medically discharged him. But that wasn't the end of his journey. When war broke out, he fought to return to active service and succeeded. He flew in several key battles. But Bader wasn't just an ace pilot. He was a leader.
Q-42. Squadron scramble!
His squadron became one of the most effective units in the war. Bader had a rare gift for inspiring both loyalty and exceptional performance from those under his command. He led from the front, setting an example through his actions and showing genuine care for his squadron, and he wasn't afraid to ruffle feathers to do right by his men. On one occasion, frustrated by delays in the supply chain, he boldly declared his entire squadron unserviceable until they received the essential parts and tools they had repeatedly requested.
What exactly do you want?
Bureaucracy could wait. His pilots couldn't. By 1940, the Battle of Britain was in full swing, the Luftwaffe hammering airfields, radar stations and cities in relentless waves. Bader's 242 squadron regularly performed well. They held the advantage, but lacked the aircraft needed to fully exploit it. Bader believed that larger formations could deliver a decisive blow against incoming bomber waves. He took his idea to Air Vice Marshal Trafford Leigh-Mallory, who agreed to the bold proposal. And so, the now famous Duxford Big Wing strategy was born, 5 squadrons flying together in a massive coordinated formation, ready to overwhelm the enemy with sheer force and precision. Now, with 5 squadrons, he inflicted tremendous losses to the Luftwaffe. Not only that, it proved devastating to the morale of German pilots. Pilots who had been informed that the RAF was on its knees, only to be confronted with formations of around 60 aircraft. A crushing realization that the RAF wasn't beaten. It was bigger and bolder than ever. This was Germany's first major defeat and marked a turning point in the war. After years on the defensive, it was now time to take the fight to them. In 1941, Douglas Bader's incredible run came to an abrupt halt. During a fierce dogfight over occupied France, his plane was hit and he was forced to bail out. However, one of his prosthetic legs was trapped and he was forced to leave it behind. Captured by the Germans, Bader found himself a prisoner of war. A new leg was airdropped by the Royal Air Force, allowing Barder to embark on a new challenge: escape. He made several attempts, climbing out of windows, sneaking past guards, and outsmarting his captors at every turn. The Germans grew so frustrated with his repeated escape attempts that they eventually moved him to Colditz Castle, a fortress reserved for the most unbreakable prisoners. But even there, Barder's spirit remained unshaken. Whether in the air or behind barbed wire, Douglas Barder was a man who refused to be grounded. As winter set in, the arrival of food parcels came to a halt, leaving the prisoners facing severe hunger. But Barder wasn't prepared to accept this. He began bribing local farmers with cigarettes, trading them for wheat, barley, and eggs. Ingenious fellow prisoner Major Andy Anderson crafted long, thin bags that Barder could hide inside his artificial legs. Twice a week, Barder and another prisoner ventured out, returning each time with 40 to 50 pounds of grain, enough to provide some relief to their malnourished companions. Among the RAF prisoners at Colditz Castle was Lorne Welch, a skilled glider pilot with an audacious idea: to build a glider and fly it off the castle walls to freedom. Douglas Barder was brought in as a consultant, and two more men, Morrison and Best, joined the effort. Using wooden bedboards for the frame, bed sheets for the wings, and glue made from boiled potatoes, they worked in secret, dispersing the glider parts around the camp to avoid detection. But before their daring flying machine could take to the skies, the camp was liberated by Allied forces. Though the glider never flew, it remains a remarkable example of the ingenuity, courage, and the unbreakable spirit of those who refused to give up on freedom. Douglas Barder's life was a testament to courage, resilience, and the sheer refusal to accept defeat. From the cockpit of a Spitfire to the walls of Colditz Castle, he proved time after time that limitations are often just challenges waiting to be overcome.